He's Chase Sr. I'm Harrison Graham. Week 2 of NFL free agency continues to roll along. And if you're a Steelers fan, go subscribe, youtube.com/Steelers TV. All right, let's get you guys caught up on the latest in Steelers free agency. A lot of moves. You obviously add Mitchell Trubisky, some other moves as well. They've been linked to some guys that are still out there like Tyrann Mathieu. Stay tuned for that. Where does this team sit right now, Chase? If you're Pittsburgh, what's a move you're looking to make moving forward?
You know what I'm doing? They've addressed a lot of their gaps in free agency. I'm looking ahead to the NFL draft, and I'm looking at maybe then drafting Malik Willis if he slides to number 20, but something deep down inside me, Harrison, tells me that a team is going to take Malik Willis prior to that 20th selection. Now, I'd like him going to Pittsburgh, and I talked about that here on Pittsburgh Steelers Talk this week because he's not ready to play right now. He's extremely raw, but the physical upside really is stupid. Have him go to an organization where you know he's going to have support. The pressure isn't going to be on him right away. Mitchell Trubisky is there, and they have good pieces around him on all 3 units. So that's really what I'm looking forward to if I'm a Steelers fan and if I'm the organization. Also, got to find a GM.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And before the draft gets here, free agency is still ongoing, and a player they've been connected to is Tyrann Mathieu. Here's what Steelers Wire wrote up about him recently. After an uncharacteristically active free agency in Pittsburgh, the Steelers are still on the lookout for safety help. Yes, we hear the chatter about Tyrann Mathieu, who plays the kind of edge that seamlessly would fit in Pittsburgh, but I'm not sure how real that actually is. We know Pittsburgh is also monitoring Terrell Edmunds, a 4-year starter with the Steelers who has yet to sign anywhere. A reunion is not off the table. A wild card option at safety is Damontae Kazee, who played in Dallas last season. He's known as a ball hawk who can play multiple spots. The Steelers have him on their radar. So when you think of these 3 guys, Chase, obviously Tyrann Mathieu is the most accomplished of them all. We can start there. If you can get him, what if you can get him 10 to 15% under market value? Where you think of, Marcus Williams got $14 million a year. Could you get him at 11? Could you get him at 11 and a half? 2 years, $23 million, something like that. You pair him with Minkah Fitzpatrick. Name a better safety tandem in the league.
I don't think you can name one. And Steeler fans, they know a good safety, Troy Polamalu. Now, Tyrann Mathieu, a little bit of a different player, has more versatility, I think, but Polamalu is very, very versatile and a future NFL Hall of Famer. He's already in Canton right now. I think Mathieu, a couple of more good years, he might be on that trajectory as well. I'd love him. But Terrell Edmunds, another really intriguing option.
You're familiar with him?
Very familiar with him. So, yeah, a couple of these guys, Damontae Kazee. We're talking about the Steelers really just trying to round out this roster, improve some of their depth, and that's what you're able to do by signing these players. Now, Tyrann Mathieu, Edmunds, more star power there. Kazee, solid player, but intrigued by all of them.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It'll be interesting to see what they do there. And I think what you're seeing Pittsburgh do is they realize they're not going to have a star quarterback like these other teams in the AFC. They're trying to make this defense as good as possible. You get another safety that'll help you do that. Pick one of these guys and factor in money. Matthew's going to cost the most. Edmunds probably the second most. Kazee a cheaper option, but next to Minkah could fit in well. Type M for Tyrann Mathieu. Type E for Terrell Edmunds. You can also type K for Damontae Kazee. All intriguing options. We'll see what Pittsburgh ends up doing as we get closer and closer to the NFL draft. All right, speaking of which, Desmond Ridder, the latest quarterback to have his pro day, Chase, showed off the arm, by the way. I don't know if you saw, he made one of those similar throws that Malik Willis made, Zach Wilson last year. He launched the thing like 70 yards. Mike Tomlin was there. He apparently showed up early to go see Desmond Ridder, the quarterback out of Cincinnati. Could he be a second-round option? Some think he could slide into round 1, depending on how things fall. He would be sneaking to round 1. He would be an interesting quarterback option for Pittsburgh, who I think should draft a quarterback, even if they're not going to start in year 1 behind Mitchell Trubisky.
Malik Willis going to Pittsburgh is the sexy option. The cool option is Desmond Ridder because he fits Pittsburgh, right? First of all, Cincinnati, Ohio, not far from Pittsburgh. I love this guy's maturity, too. He already has a family, already has a kid. He's been through some things in life. This guy is a straight-up winner. He's done it all throughout his entire collegiate career. Everybody wants to talk about how good and how well Cincinnati played en route to the college football playoff. They were great the season before that. They almost beat Georgia, who then a year later beat Alabama in the national championship game, and they were led by Desmond Ridder. Brings a lot of the same intangibles and has a similar game to a guy like Dak Prescott. And if you redraft, Dak ain't going where he went.
No.
He'd probably go first or second round. Ridder, maybe a same story.
Yeah, I mean, look, 30 touchdowns, 8 picks, smart player, strong arm, experienced, which is what I like. You're talking about a 4-year starter in college, which is pretty rare for these, higher draft prospects. Usually they're 1-2-year starters and they go pro after their third college season.
Right.
Ridder stayed for 4 years, won a bunch of games, got better and better every year. Maybe he's not quite has the raw potential of a Malik Willis, but the arm is strong. He's mobile. He's not scared to take off and run. And, you kind of mentioned the similarities, Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. Those are blue-collar, Midwest, get closer to East Coast type of towns, man. That's kind of what it's all about, and Ritter's been through all of that, like you said, with the life experiences. So I'm intrigued by this. If you don't take a QB in round 1, I think he's an intriguing guy in round 2, but
I agree.
Be clear, he could sneak into round 1. Don't be surprised if someone does that. Could you see the Pittsburgh Steelers drafting Desmond Ridder if he's there in the second round? Type D for draft, type P for pass. What would you do if you were in charge of Pittsburgh? Now, while that might be a question, this should be an obvious answer. Get the terrible towels going in Pittsburgh, and you can get one today. This is classic shrine material. If you're a hardcore Steelers fan, you got an area in your house where you've probably got a Big Ben jersey. You've got a flag, and you can get the terrible towel. And we can even voice over what Chase just said. And we can get that to you as well. Chatsports.com/terrible towel. That is the link to get these bad boys. You can even get this alternate version as well.
Colors and languages, baby.
Yes, link in the comments, link in the description, chatsports.com/terrible towel. One more story here on our Steelers segment. Devante Parker trade chase. The Dolphins appear to be shopping him after trading Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill.
What a crazy career he's kind of had. Coming out of Louisville, a lot of people expected him to be that franchise wide receiver, and he wasn't at first. Then had 2 really, really good years in 2019, 2020. During that process, he's able to secure the bag. This past year, though, down year. And right now in Miami, I'm not even sure he's going to get much playing time because they have Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Cedric Wilson, Mike Gesicki. They signed Raheem Mostert. They signed Chase Edmonds. Where does that leave Devante Parker
wide receiver 4?
On the trade block is what I think. And he's still somewhat young, 29 years old, with a lot of ability, can high point the football, can make plays. He's an intriguing player who maybe you trade for him and you give up a late round pick and you're able to get a solid wide receiver who might be motivated to prove that, no, I'm not a bust, and that contract that I got, it was worth it.
This could be your Juju replacement. I mean, he may not give you what a healthy Juju would, but Claypool, Parker, Deontay Johnson, they also lost James Washington, so you just need production, from wide receiver 3 and beyond. And I think Parker can be that if he's healthy. Would you make this trade? 6th-round pick for Devante Parker. Type Y for yes. Type in for no. You're taking on a little bit of salary if you do so keep that in mind as well. Let us know how you guys feel about this trade proposal. All right, Steelers fans, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're watching on Chat Sports, it's youtube.com/SteelersTV. Producer Jeremy Chugs has you guys covered as he brings you all of the content almost every single day.